got me feeling lately like a new world has begun. There's a fire so deep in my soul, it's rising with the sun. I'm taking the future and I'm leaving the past.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another Walk Talk Wednesday. This is your weekly reminder that walking is a very underrated form of exercise. So if you haven't exercised today, go for a 30-minute walk. But today we're going to be talking about battling depression, and this is something I have been dealing with ever since my mid to late teenage years. And I used to be this very emotional, quick to anger, quick to upset, and just insecure kid. And that led to me to do some dumb things, and I ended up seeing a therapist whenever I was 18, and quickly I was prescribed antidepressants. It's been so long, I'm 25 now, and I didn't even take what I was prescribed because I hated, I don't know why I had this mindset or these thoughts at 18, but I kind of still share them today. I hated how the first time I go see a therapist, I was prescribed these drugs whenever, like, I didn't have enough time to know this therapist or even relay what's going on with me for this therapist to even help me out, really. And at 18, I was pretty close-minded, wasn't really going to open up to a therapist anyway, so it is what it is. Nowadays I'm way more open-minded to seeing or talking to a therapist, but I remember hating how it was so easy to get these pills and how that was the first option of trying to treat what I was going through. So I didn't even mess with it. I didn't take what I was prescribed, and that's not to say they don't work. I know they work for a lot of people, but again, I just hated how we didn't try other things before the first time I went there. I was prescribed these antidepressants. But shortly after that, I stopped going to see a therapist, and whenever I turned 19, I was in college, and I found fitness in the form of bodybuilding, and I became obsessed with learning how to properly work out, learning proper exercises, proper rep ranges, everything. And that definitely helped my battle with depression. And a year or so after that, I began getting more into it, not only learning more so how to work out and become better, but also learning how to properly diet more, and to the point where people come to me all the time nowadays asking me to help them diet. I don't have this fat to skinny transformation or anything, but I did learn how to transform my physique into a better physique, and that definitely helped with battling depression for me. I've learned that for me, idle hands, whenever I'm not working towards a goal, that's whenever I tend to get depressed. Luckily, I haven't, to my knowledge, to my memory, I haven't been battling depression the last couple of years, ever since I began running. And I wouldn't attribute that just to running, but just there's so many goals and different distances that come with running. It took me 6 to 7 months to train to run my first marathon, and that took all of my time. Shortly after we ran my first marathon, we trained for my first 50-mile run. We did that. After that, we were chasing a 5K and 1 mile PR, and then it was a 24-hour run, and now it's chasing a 100-mile race. So it's taken up the past 2 years of my life. So I haven't had any idle hands during this time. It's been jumping from one goal to the next. And also I would contribute it to a change of mindset. I've talked about this in another Walk Talk Wednesday, but just like taking accountability and responsibility. Everything is my fault. There's no sense in being worked up or emotional about being late to work because, hey, there's usually no traffic, but today there was traffic. Now I'm stressed out getting to work. It's my fault. I should have left earlier for work. Or whenever I ask someone to do something for me and they let me down, there's no sense in getting worked up or emotional whenever it's my fault. I should have done it myself. So definitely a change of mindset has also helped me with this battle with depression. And because everything's in my control, and if it's not in my control, then why worry about it? Why give it all this energy if it's absolutely not in my control? But yeah, that's not to say just because I'm working from goal to goal to goal, just because I don't have idle hands doesn't mean that that's foolproof. It's been foolproof with running. I haven't experienced, again, this battle with depression for the past 2 years, but I remember whenever I was working out, bodybuilding, even though I was working towards these short-term and long-term goals, I would still find myself battling depression. And it's the worst whenever, and I can tell whenever I'm getting depressed because I don't want to get out of bed, and I know I have these goals, but I could not care less about them. That's whenever I know I'm beginning a new season of depression, whenever I know I want these goals so bad, but I still do not care about them. And whenever you don't care about the things that mean the most to you, that's really tough. And it takes everything to fight through that, because how do you fight for something whenever you do not care about it in the moment? But these are some things that have helped me with my battle with depression. And I named or titled this video Battle with Depression, not Defeating Depression, because although I haven't really dealt with it the past couple years, I know I will eventually deal with it again, and we'll just have to work through it then. But yeah, this has been how I've been battling depression over the past, I guess, 7 to 8 years. And these are some things that have helped me get through it. A change of mindset and not having idle hands. I'm always working towards either a short-term or long-term goal, or both. But yeah, hopefully you got some value out of this video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's a brand new